Litecoin and Bitcoin breakout. What's next? What's up, guys? Crypto Savvy here. I hope everyone's having a great morning. We're going to take a look at Litecoin. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin and look at the targets I had and see where we're at. And then stick around to the end of the video. We're going to look at some very interesting charts and show you what I think's going on. So stick around.
1, 2, 3, jump!
All right, guys, as always, I want to start out by saying I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion and my view of the market only. Anybody that's doing any trading or investing in this market, I suggest you do your own due diligence and your own research, as this market can be extremely volatile and risky. Also, it's still a speculative market, so don't put in more than you're willing to lose. And with that being said, if you haven't already or you're new to the channel, click the subscribe button in the lower right-hand side of the screen. Tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. Leave your comments and give it a giant thumbs up, guys. I appreciate it. And share it if you belong to any groups or you're on Twitter or whatever. Let's get these videos out there. I appreciate everybody's help helping the channel grow. Yeah, so let's get into the charts. Looking at Litecoin on the daily, as you can see, I extended this channel a little bit. This is the channel I've been watching here, and I don't think we're done yet. I still believe we get up to around the $72 area. So yeah, I don't believe this move's done yet. And then we're going to look at where we might be correcting to. But anyway, just to show you how I got these targets, real simple, guys. You don't need all the crazy indicators and whatnot. But if you take a look at this here and look at it as a cup and a handle with a little handle here, with the neckline right here around the $47 range, bring it on up to where it broke out, and that gets us to the $72 range. Now, I do have a higher target there, and I'm not 100% convinced on that yet, but we could look at this as a bigger cup and another little handle here. And if that's the case, the neckline would be $51.24, and the breakout would get us up to that $80 range. It is possible, guys. I'm not saying it isn't, but you know, I'm looking at least a $72 range still. So let's get into the RSI, and you can see I had these two lines here, this channel drawn, and obviously we shouldn't be. I don't think we'll get up to the $96 rate or the 96 on the RSI up here. I drew another white line across here where I believe that this is where we're going to top out for the 72. And again, guys, I could be wrong. We could go higher and come up here, which would get us probably the $80 range. Yeah, let's go into the 4 hour now. Take a look at that real quick and see what we're looking at. Let me expand this a little bit so we can see it. All right, so if you remember and you've been watching the videos, I had this wedge here, symmetrical wedge, that we were getting support along the top, or resistance along the top, support across the bottom. And I said if we broke out above, we would get a nice move up. And I said if we broke out below, you know, it would be bearish. Well, we got the move up, so everything looks good there. Like I said, guys, I'm still looking at the $72 range for Litecoin. Let's look at where the possible targets are for the retrace after. Like I said, I believe we get to the $72 range, and I'm going to show you real quick this flagpole and this bull flag here. The measured move off of that was right where we got to there, the 68.22 range. But I do believe that we go up higher. As you can see, my targets have been getting hit. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this target now, so that's not in the way anymore. I like to do that while you guys are on here, so you know I'm not fidgeting with the charts and acting like I predicted something I didn't. But anyways, now the correction here, I believe, is going to be somewhere. It depends on where we come down, but you know, it could be anywhere around the $52 range if we come down and break through the bottom of this before then. This is going to give us our distance to where our correction is, and I'm looking now anywhere between the $47 range to the $51 range for the correction after this move is done moving up. Again, we could continue up from there, and I will do updated videos if my thoughts change on that. I try to do videos every day. So let's go into Bitcoin now. Take a look at what's going on here. And again, stick around to the end because I got some interesting charts I want to show you guys. It's pretty awesome. I believe it's what's happening, and I do believe there's going to be some really big news coming soon. Whether it be ETF or whatever, something's happening. So stick around, and after Bitcoin here, I'm going to go into the charts and show you. But as you can see here, I had this Adam and Eve drawn out here. Also have this symmetrical triangle, and the measured move off that symmetrical triangle was from the breakout, the $49 range, which obviously we broke through, and I do believe we still have more to go. If you look at this resistance line here, I do believe we come up and touch this resistance line around the 4250 range, maybe a little bit higher, maybe a little bit lower, but somewhere in that range. So that's what I'm looking at now, and the correction I believe is going to come down at some point to this line, whether, you know, wherever we may hit it, but I don't see us going lower now, guys, than the $44 range. I believe we'll get support off of this line, which will probably be around the 200 EMA at that time, also in the daily. Yeah, so let's see let me get these out of the way now. I honestly don't believe we'll come back down here, and I'm going to show you why in this next chart. But I'm going to go into the RSI and look at what happened there. This is, if you watched my video yesterday, I had this rising channel drawn, and this can go up just a little bit. Had this rising channel drawn, excuse me, and I drew this line on this. It was looking like a broadening wedge here, and obviously we broke up from there, and see, we still have a little bit more to go. That's why I do believe that we get to around to the 5250 range. Now let's go into the 4 hour, take a look at that, and try to spread this out so you can see it. Yeah, there we go. As you can see, I still believe we come up to test the top of this resistance line I've drawn here. We look like we're peaking out on the RSI, but I do believe that we still can get this shot up a little bit further. Whether it be straight up or we consolidate here a little bit and then shoot up. But the further we go over before the shoot up, the higher we're gonna shoot up there. So keep that in mind. Let's take a look at the charts I was talking about now. And again, if you haven't subscribed already, click the subscribe button. Also, tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post videos. Smash those likes. Leave your comments, guys. Let me know what you think of the video. So this is Bitcoin. This is about a year and a half of Bitcoin. And then we look over at another chart. This is gold. And this is about a 26 years, somewhere in there, range of gold. And obviously, Bitcoin's a lot faster. You know, we have the internet now and everything's just sped up. So I'm going to look at this chart, and I drew this dotted line across from where gold broke down here all the way across. And then on the second peak, I drew this solid line all the way to where we broke out. And then I have on the bottom here, the long-term trend line. As you can see what happened to gold here. This is extremely interesting, guys, because this is what happened to gold after we broke through these areas. And if you look right in here, 2003 is when the ETF was approved for gold. And then look what happened. So now I want to go into Bitcoin and see what we're looking at here. We're in the same area. We've broke out of this, and obviously this is the big spike. You can't see it yet, but I also drew these gray lines going across from each peak to where we broke down. This is really interesting. I'm going to zoom in and show you guys. And I do believe the bottom's in, guys. I'm pretty certain, but again, this is just my opinion, and I'm not a financial advisor. But I'm zooming in here and look at all these lines that I showed you. I drew from each peak and then to where it broke down into 6,000. And every time we hit it, we get resistance, we come back down. We got a bunch of resistance on this line here. Finally broke through, moved up to the next line, got resistance, broke through. We didn't get hardly any resistance from this line here at the $44 range. We really blew, or the 44,000 range, we really blew through that one straight up to the $5,000 range, this line here. And I do believe we'll probably come back down, and the area I'm looking at, as I said before, if we come back down and test this, we're going to be coming down to around the 44.50 range. And then, you know, I believe we start using this as support. If we break that back down through here, guys, we could be looking at, you know, going back down to the $3,800 range, $3,750, $38. So, but I don't think that's going to happen. I do believe we're going to get support here. Now, I want to zoom in a little bit on the gold chart and look at how that one spiked. And as you notice, these bottoms on the gold chart and the Bitcoin chart look a lot alike. The gold is on a weekly chart, the Bitcoin's on a daily. But as you can see, we never got a big capitulation candle. So if you look at it, we've had our two touches on Bitcoin, just like on gold here. And then we got this big spike up here, come back down. And you know, we're somewhere in this area right now. And right here is where ETF was introduced on gold. Actually, I'm sorry, it's a little bit further. It's 2000, or it was yeah, it was 2003. That would have been right here. This is when, right after this big spike, ETF was approved right here for gold. And then, you know what happened after that. Obviously, it was a huge run up. And I do believe that Bitcoin is going to look pretty much the same. And again, this is my opinion. I could be wrong, but it just looks like everything's playing out perfect. Like I said, two touches here, getting the big spike now. We may come back down, correct a little bit, and, you know, come up and shoot towards this next target, depending on where we hit it. It's around the $5,400 range. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at now, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to click the subscribe button, which is the Crypto Savvy logo above my head. Tick the notification bell and get you notified when I post new videos. Smash those likes, leave your comments, and guys, please share this video if you belong to any groups, Twitter, whatnot. Just help me get it out there. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.